Alright everybody, we're here with EnterpriseE and his, well, it's a Star Trek ship. Which one is it though?
USS Sovereign.
Alright, so let's take a look here. Got some pretty good detailing and awesome wedging, I will say that much.
Yeah, that's one comment I keep getting about my ship, so I thought, screw it, I'll go all out on this one.
Definitely a good plan. I will say the red lights where I'm at right now, like, I wish you could wedge it, but you can't. Maybe try to recess them a little bit more. At least on the ground, like right out here.
Oh, you're talking about those bussard collectors?
Yeah, I'm thinking maybe towards the back you can recess.
They are partially put into the hull a little bit anyway.
Yeah, just do the, because you have it really well done at the top. Do it here on the bottom part too. Just
yeah,
keep it even.
Just the shape is a flipping nightmare.
I don't blame you. It does look like it. Let's take a look here.
It's the only problem with this class of starship. Making things like that really smooth, near impossible.
Yeah, hopefully we'll be getting plex wedges or something. That'd be awesome.
Or if plex lights actually emitted light through windows properly.
That would help a lot. Agreed, 100%. Alright, where are you at? Let's see. I'm assuming you're actually in the
I'm in the core at the moment.
Okay, so I'm gonna fly in through the back end here.
I'll see if we can meet down there.
Alright. Pretty good on the intro part. Okay. Let's see. It's very bright. I will say
that was intended.
Yeah, I can tell. Too bad you can't just do in-game lens flares. Because then certain individuals might go freaking nuts. Actually, it's probably a good thing that you can't. So we got a storage room back here.
Yep, 2 of them.
Yeah. Let's see, maybe do a little frame around them, just to sort of differentiate them as a different part of the ship than the bay. Nothing much, just like a door frame. Hello.
By the way, that core in front of you is me.
Yep, noticed. Alright, let's go over here. Ooh, this is looking nice. I like it.
1 warp core.
Yep, 1 warp core, built to spec, made to order. And we've got...
yeah, there's even an ejection hatch below it.
Is there? Very nice. Yeah, that's a detail most people don't use, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking of adjusting this design to have the warp core as a separate entity so I can actually dump it.
Put pulsators right above it.
That's what I'm thinking.
It'll take a lot of tweaking to get the pulsators to work properly. I will tell you that right now from
I'll
personal
have to get them
experience.
dead on top and at the, like around the size perfectly to make it work.
Yeah, that'll be kind of tricky. But if you can do it, I don't think anybody's ever done it before, so that'd be pretty cool.
I know Phantom's done it on a much smaller scale in the past, but not this kind of size ship.
Yeah, unfortunately it's not going to move very quickly with the size of it. If you do multiple entities for the warp core though, as in
like the bottom red bit being one, the central core of it being another, then the top bit being a third.
Yeah,
maybe.
Something like that. You could...
I could do that.
I don't know. It would be... that would take a lot of tweaking. If you can do it, you'll be the first person to have been able to do it. But if you can do it, that'd be pretty impressive. And that way you could almost launch each part individually, but that would be tricky again.
Yeah, if I do manage to get this core to eject properly, I have an idea that would be quite, well, useful. Imagine that the red bits being disintegrator explosives.
Yeah, definitely.
And then I just dump that in front of an enemy, maybe.
Or what you do is you fill the center part with disintegrator explosives so that the core can actually explode if you shoot it.
True.
Or with logic, you can just make it have a timer. Somebody gets close enough to it, it just goes boom.
Hmm. Oh, you get server does not answer by any chance?
Yeah, don't worry about that though. hopefully that won't be a problem. If it is, we'll figure it out. Alright, what else is there here? Let's take a look. I will say that maybe adding, I know what sort of look you're going for, but adding the ribbing a little bit on the interior, if I remember right, the hallways have it a little bit.
Yeah, just make them less rectangular.
Yeah, I mean, just little bits and pieces sort of add to the flow of the ship, and I've already been here. Okay, let's not go there.
Yeah, that's a functioning deflector array there.
Nice. Let's try the top floor. Or the top floor in this area.
There's not much here at the moment because it's still slightly work in progress, but most of the ship is done.
Nice. Okay, so this part, yeah, probably want to close that off eventually.
Yeah.
Just saying. So if we go, alright, so how do we get to the top? I'm assuming this. Alright, I'll follow you. And then...
From here we can get to the actual core.
Alright, sounds good.
I've laid it out as neatly as I could.
Yeah, it is nice to have, you know, understandable patterns and ways through ships. Marking them might be effective, but I understand that if you're not going to do that, specifically because it is a Star Trek ship and they don't really have proper markings. Or what I call proper markings half the time. Alright, so we've got, let's see, we've got D1000s,
D1000, BB, and weapons computer on the back. On the front, like 4 different types of beam utility.
So you've got the repair, salvage,
power to drain and supply as well.
That's what those ones are. I always forget. Okay. I was trying to do it by only looking at the sides.
Fair enough.
Because they have little markings telling you what each one is.
Yeah, on this deck there is an observation lounge on the, like you go forward on it.
Alright, well, I'll follow you.
Right here, so if I park above another ship, you look from here to have a nice view of it. I can see your ship called lineup starts here from here.
Yeah, that little...
Not a bad view, I think.
No, not bad at all. Especially considering, I mean, it is semi-limited with the bit in front, but...
Yeah, because it's indented into the hull.
Yeah, it's all good. Alright. I'm almost thinking
right, I'll
that
take us
this
to the next deck up, because there's not much else on this deck.
Alright, I will say that the observation room might be a little too bright, simply because you would want night vision on a observation deck, because space is usually kind of dark.
Yeah.
Unless you're in certain sectors, but most of the time they're a little bit on the dark side. But that that's more of an aesthetic choice.
Right here you can see a partial power core.
Yep.
But I'm actually treating it as if it's the main computer, just for looks.
Fair enough, fair enough. That works pretty well.
Yeah, there's not much else on this deck either, to be honest.
A very, very dark area.
Yeah, but when I fill it up, it'll be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Of course. Never be afraid to use some shadows, though. Because they look cool. Like, that's pretty much my whole reasoning behind doing most stuff. It looks cool. Alright, that works for me.
Yeah, at the moment this is one way we can get up if needed.
Alright. Hahaha. Of course, I have problems.
Or I can use the lift again.
Alright, let's take a look here. I think the lift is... Alright. Ah, I was right. Yep. See, I can find stuff, totally.
Alright, this is going to be one of several crew quarters.
Alright, cool. Works pretty well.
Yeah, the windows you can easily see inside from outside the ship.
See, that's always nice. The trick is to get that scaled properly so that it doesn't look... so that the ship doesn't look small. You know?
Yeah, if I made the windows like 2 blocks wide instead of 3, then that would help a bit there, wouldn't it?
Well, it might. I think what you're going to need to do is take it into account once it's a little bit more fleshed out on the interior.
Yeah.
Because if each one is an individual room, then it's not so bad because it looks like, oh, there's a whole bunch of rooms. But at the same time...
Or I just have really big rooms.
Yeah. But at the same time, it's sort of... There's like this area in between about 200 and 300 block ships that you just don't want to go.
Yeah.
It even affects the ships that you want to look super massive. Star Destroyers and things like that. Alright, coolio. You may want to add a little group of wedging here.
Yeah, I
Facing the
will.
lights, that'll bring it down just a tiny bit.
Yeah, just to smooth it out a bit.
Yeah. Alright, where are we going? This way. Alright.
Yeah, there's not much else on this deck, although there is an observation area for the main shuttle bay.
Okay. Check out whatever. Ooh,
Like this is the first level, and if we on the next deck there's an actual like windowed off area.
Yeah, I can see that from here. That looks pretty good. That being said,
Yeah,
I
and
like
they get
this,
a really nice view of the shuttle bay.
I like this tiered look to this. May want to add a proper stairway though. Eventually. Not yet, but eventually.
There's a way to get to the main engineering from the next deck down.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, there's a way to get into there from, yeah.
Gotcha. That works for me. Alright, and I will follow you. And I'm assuming we're going back up.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, and there's not much else on this deck either.
Okay. So this is the top? Or...
Yep.
Alright. I see ice crystal now. It's just like ice crystal pattern. Okay.
And from here, there's an observation port that looks out well and truly.
Alright. I will say that furniture. Add some furniture.
Yeah, I know.
Eventually. I mean, I realize that I'm probably just saying stuff that you've already thought of, etc.
Yeah,
but
I know,
for those that
I
may
still
end
need
up
to fill
watching,
in some of the rooms.
yeah, for those that are watching, it's also kind of helpful. You know, having a nice room like this is one thing, but you do want to add furniture, etc. Of course.
Yeah, although that's one thing I have remembered to do with the bridge.
Yeah, the bridge furniture is actually kind of harder than the other stuff. Because you want it to
I've
look
done okay with it.
grandiose. Well, but not like overly in a lot of cases. Let's see here. There we go. Yeah, that's pretty nice.
And there's a build block down there as well.
The irony is that
By feet.
I'm in a Gundam suit in a Star Trek ship. Gotta love it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I will put in some decoy computers at one point.
Yeah.
So basically, if people look in here in build mode, they think this is where the computers are. So if they try to take out the computers here, they'll think, why is he still working?
Unless they take out your core.
Yeah,
Not that
but
that's your
if
core.
people just want to disable me, it's not that easy.
Yeah, fair enough.
Because
then,
you've already seen where the actual computers are.
Yeah, the other thing you can do is if you take these black ones and turn them into glass, I think, or water, and directly behind it put ice crystal, gives a really cool glow effect for a screen. So.
Although with some ships, one thing I have done to trick people even more is have a window all the way out.
Yeah, that works too. Or you can even use regular ice blocks now. It'll give you a tinted window sort of look, and you should be able to see all the way through.
Yeah.
If I remember right. It might be, I don't know how well it works right now, but yeah.
Alright, the only other room to show you now is the observation lounge that's on this deck.
Alright, well let's go check that out.
Yeah, I put that floor in there so people can walk along if they need to.
Fair enough. It's a good choice. Ah, it's almost like a little conference room. I like it.
Exactly. Observation lounge / briefing room.
Every semi-cap, every ship, in my opinion, over 300 meters is actually meant to, actually has a proper interior, should have a conference room.
No, there's something along these lines.
Yeah, something like that. But yeah, all right, awesome ship. Looking.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And
that...
there is also a very limited interior to the warp engines that I've started working on.
Well, I'm sure that those will be checked out by Tamino when he gets his hands on this once it's a little bit more complete. But all I can say is, little bit more wedging for the interior. The exterior looks pretty dang good, can't lie. And hopefully, I'm looking forward to seeing the interior look just as good. Hopefully pretty soon. You seem to be
Yeah, I
cruising
started
along
this
on
only a few days ago.
Yeah. So yeah, and then maybe
And
just
it's already over 200,000 blocks.
Yep. And I would say that just little details here and there, go for it, and I think it'll turn out pretty well.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do.
All right. Well, with that, I think we'll call this one to a close. So this is my very first episode of my very first lineup. So thank you for being here. And
No problem.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Yep.
See ya.